the newest addition, the newest length, the newest line, the newest anything you can want it to be is a Camp Chef griddle. And so on the first cook, we're doing Phillies, filet mignon, caramelized onions, some sauteed mushrooms. We're gonna up the ante a little banana peppers. We're gonna make some garlic bread out of this minced garlic. We're gonna melt some of this horseradish cheese over top of it, stuff it in some kind of bread. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so you guys haven't seen it. This is our first cook, but if you want to see how we seasoned it and our thoughts about getting the Camp Chef versus a Blackstone, just click that link up above and we'll share it with you guys. All right, so what's on the menu? What are we gonna do first? We went over the ingredients, got this big, thick filet. We're just gonna slice up some onions real quick. Not a big deal. You can dice them, you can slice them, you can add them, you can omit them. Any way you wanna go, we're gonna do some onions and mushrooms. We do have our griddle preheated. I've got 3 burners on. They're all 3 on low, and I've got this side right here off. The griddle itself is gonna have residual heat, and so this side will carry some of the heat. And I'll be interested to see our temperature zones as we go on, but considering this is the first cook, you guys are gonna have to bear with me. I'm gonna have to figure out, like I said, the hot zones, the cool zones, but we're gonna figure that out pretty quick. Got a little avocado oil, not much. Throw down some mushrooms. We'll let those get started. Right next to it, a little more oil. We're gonna get our onions started. Now this is one of those recipes. Have I ever had a traditional Philly? The answer is yes. The Cheese Whiz, right out from one of those world famous Philly steak cheese places. And I liked it. I didn't think it was that bad. But for me, it necessarily wasn't, it didn't capture all the years of wishing, hey, I wonder what that really tastes like. I wonder if it's as good as they say it is. You know, all the questions that a typical tourist would have when they go to a place that's so, renowned for having. And when you only have Philly steak and cheese, and somebody comes to your establishment and eats it, and it's like, man, that's not really what I had in mind. That doesn't mean it's not bad. That just means it wasn't necessarily what I expected. And there's a big difference. So we're just gonna salt and pepper these things. We're gonna do it the way that I enjoy it. Obviously, the vegetables themselves are completely optional. There's no doubt that the star on the show is gonna be the beef, and there's no doubt that the go-to beef for a really good Philly is going to be your ribeye. But today at the grocery store, we lucked out. Manager special. So what we got are some thick, and I mean some big old, got peppers in my throat. Some big old filet.
You need some water?
These bad boys are legit right here. This is what I wish we'd have cooked when we did our how to cook a filet in a cast iron skillet, because these are mammoths. But all we're going to do is start breaking down the meat. You guys see I've got some cut already. And you can freeze this ahead of time. I would say about, man, about 30 to 45 minutes ahead of time. Just don't forget, because you will have frozen beef. But the point of freezing your beef before you slice it is it stays in its shape better and it's easier to slice. It's almost like those ice crystals. I'm just not a big fan of it. And so what we do, since it was so thick, I just cut it in half. And you guys can see the grains are running this way in the filet. See that? So we're just gonna shape it up and we're gonna go this way.
Against the grain, right?
Against the grain, which makes a more tender meat. And when you have filet and you're talking about more tender, that's what it's all about. Now let me show the people out there that's worried about knife skills and all that stuff. Typically with a knife like this, you're used to rocking, okay? When you're slicing something, let the knife do the work and let it go through the meat one time, okay? Through the meat one time. Don't worry about rocking it, and that's how you get your meat gummy and it all doesn't come out at the same time. So what we're gonna do, just slow motion, is we're just gonna slice, 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 okay? Just one motion. And since fat is flavor, I'm keeping the fat. Just slice, keep your knife clean, and before you know it, you got some nice quality filet. I might just put this on the tabletop for a little appetizer. What do you guys think? Ooh, that is, you can just already smell the thing, beef and onions and all that stuff. So we're just gonna give it one good slice, thin as you can. Just be comfortable with it. No reason to rush or get uneven pieces because all this needs to be cooked uniformly. All right, and one little trick I like to do before you put this on the flat top is just go ahead and season, okay? We're going to use our always trusty Cavender seasoning. You guys see that?
Yep, let me see it.
Let me see it. I use that on everything, especially when it comes to beef. I absolutely love it. Even on the Phillies, a little goes a long way. Remember, what's my saying? We're not changing the flavor.
We're enhancing
the flavor. A little pepper, because you want to taste the beef. You don't want it to be overpowered with anything else. So we've already got that seasoned. We're going to come over here. We're going to check our... You guys can see it's already starting to get some caramelization.
Oh yeah, it smells good.
Now the reason why I'm not cooking the steak in the vessels at the same time, because you're talking about two different cook times. And I like my onions caramelized, like that deep color, that deep rich flavor. So I'm gonna let those and the mushrooms go to they're about the done point, okay? And the point is, you guys got bigger pieces. Just let the spatula do its job. Just be careful. After all that seasoning you just put on your griddle that you're not scraping the griddle. Yeah, we're looking good right here. Looking good.
How's our appetizer coming?
Ah, you can't see that. You weren't supposed to see that. That's mine. All right, so you guys can see the griddle's a little bit dry. That happens when you cook mushrooms. Mushrooms are majority water. But when you have an open surface like this, it really, really evaporates fast. And then you get a deeper flavor of the mushroom. So we're just going to add just a little bit more olive oil, keep them moist. Just want to help the fry process. Ooh, should we show them our hack, our $3 hack?
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's not completely done though.
Well, I mean, one part of it is really, honestly, you don't have to do it. Let's go get it. Come on, let's go get it. Ta-da! So I just bought one of these bad boys, $24 stinking on Amazon. We're in our grocery store today, and they got these humongous metal bowls on discount for $3. And I looked at her and I was like, man, I could use that thing on the griddle. Add a little water, add a little steam, and you can put anything on there. Melt some cheese over some burgers, some smashed burgers. Man, we're going to have some fun with this griddle. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right. So our peppers and onions, mushrooms and onions are pretty close to where I want them. They're going to continue to cook as our ribeye cooks, and then we'll be able to bring them all together. So, scrape our griddle a little bit. How's the sound quality? Can you hear me? Maybe?
We're working on a microphone.
Yeah, that's pretty. All right, we're gonna move them over. Remember, this side is still on, and this side is not. Okay. Ooh. Appetizer steak. Almost like you're going to Hibachi's place and they got appetizer shrimp. We just upgraded to appetizer steak.
Appetizer filet.
Yeah, appetizer filet. All right, so let's get to the star of the show. Just let those do its thing. All right. Here we go. A little avocado oil. And I'm going to add just a touch of crushed garlic right on top of the stove. Now you're going to have to do this pretty quick because you don't want your garlic to burn. But that's just going to flavor the beef. We've already seasoned it. Make a little garlic oil. Look at that. Ooh. Let it have its space. You don't want to mound it up too much. You want those brown dips. You can already tell what this is going to taste like. This grill's got me going. I'm all fired up. I'm all fired up. The griddle might be on low, but my insides right now on high. All right, let it go. Don't touch it. Let it develop that caramelization. Remember, just changing the flavor. You're enhancing the flavor. If you start moving around right now, it's just going to be stuck meat to the griddle, and that's not what we're looking for, okay? When it's ready, oh gosh. Oh, smell it? Oh, the garlic and the seasonings. All right, so while this is going.
What about Worcestershire?
You could. You definitely can. I think Worcestershire, I wouldn't say it definitely changes the flavor, but on something like this, you really want, you know, like when we did the filet, the meat was all together. So it was more or less adding a pan sauce to it. Since this is cut, I definitely just want to, I just don't want to add it. I think it would change too much of that traditional flavor that we're going after. All right. So look at this bad boy. We bought some sesame seed hoagie buns. While everything's cooking, that beef is still on there. Don't worry about overcooking it. It's fine. We're just going to split these bad boys. Take some mayonnaise. You can use butter. I just thought the mayonnaise might add just a little bit more moisture.
We like mayonnaise on our Philly cheesesteaks.
And the cool thing is mayonnaise, since it is an oil product, is going to act like oil on the griddle. It's going to help brown it. It's going to help give it that, not too much. It's going to give it that color like on a grilled cheese or something like that. And that's another thing you guys could do on the grilled cheese. Substitute butter for mayonnaise. All right, take a little garlic. Each side gets a little bit, not too much. You guys hear that? This side is off and it's still hot enough to do that. So that's why we're doing it.
Show me your garlic real quick.
Just not much. Oh yeah.
Yep, the bottle.
This is the first time I'm using it. I saw it in the stores a couple times and I said, man, that garlic paste just sounds like it might be really condensed, really good, concentrated. And so we're gonna give it a try today. You guys hear that? I mean, that thing is smoking hot and it's off. All right, we're about there. Onion and peppers cooking. Watch this. See those browning bits? I like that, okay? That's caramelization of the beef. You guys like it medium rare? I'd go ahead and just do that right there. Golly. Now we're going to put cheese on this. All right, you guys see this? The cheese isn't on there. We're so close to being done. I'm already going to turn it off. There's so much residual heat. This is how you clean your griddle as you go. If it's on high, if it's on medium, and you take stuff immediately off of it, and then you start plating, or then you turn it off, all those fats, all the sugars and stuff continue to cook on your griddle, which makes it more, or makes it not more harder. It does make it harder to clean. All right. So let's get this bad boy pounded out here. Oh yeah, look at that. That garlic. God, you could just smell it. Can you smell it? All right. Horseradish cheddar. We didn't go the cheese whiz route. That's the thing that I really don't like on it, is the cheese whiz. I do like cheddar, but the canned cheese just gives it just a flavor for me I'm not a big fan of.
Plus we're using filet. Who in their right mind would slather a filet with canned cheese?
Well, that's true. Plus the filet now is cheaper right now than ribeyes. So we're always looking for the deal, and this just happened to be a good deal. So that's what we're using. You can use sirloin. You can use anything you want. Matter of fact, you can put any cheese on here that you want. That's a good thing about cooking. And that's hopefully one thing that you guys get from me, is not necessarily following each recipe to the T because you don't like something, but try it out and add your own stuff to it. That's what cooking's all about. Oh yeah. So that's some good bits right there. There we go. That garlic bread. Woo. And this is the hot side. Oh, look at that. All that cheddar, all that meat. All right, here we go. You ready? Ooh, be careful because that bad boy is hot. Stuff those bad boys. We're gonna add some banana peppers on there too for a little zing. Ooh, that bad boy's hot. Ooh, no, Nelly. No, 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 no. You had your egg. Daddy gets filet, you get egg. You know the deal. Ooh. Well, I'm tell you what. This right here is just unbelievable. I don't even have to eat it. I don't have to taste it.
Oh, Nelly got a piece.
All right. Although this is the star of the show, let's just get back to the griddle just real quick because I want the viewers to be confident when they get one what they're looking at here. Okay.
I know what I'm looking at.
Beef. All right. So like I said, we're done. We're going to treat it just like cast iron. Just scrape it down a little bit. No reason to add. Nothing really stuck to it, which honestly, I just can't imagine it was that easy. We'll see what happens. But remember, our rag's got all that oil in it. And all we're going to do, wipe it down. You're going to feel a little bit of resistance where some of that food was stuck on. There's some right there. But we just wipe it right off. Same thing on a cast iron. You don't have to wash it or rinse it all the time. Keep it well oiled and it'll last you a lifetime. And that, my friends, I hope you guys see the ease of a griddle and why we chose Camp Chef. All right, guys, so we moved it inside. We got the griddle squared away. We got it cooled down. I really wanted to pay attention to it. I didn't want to give you guys any false understanding of what I was doing. So we just kind of had a lag in video. But ultimately, this is what we're here for. Thinly sliced filet, mushrooms, onions, caramelized on that new Camp Chef griddle. I put a little bit more cheese in mine when I pulled it off. Added some banana peppers. And other than that, the drool in my mouth, that horseradish cheddar, we've already snuck a bite. God almighty. Oh yeah. Oh, the garlic.
And breathe.
You almost want to choose slow because it's so good. I don't know if 3 of them is going to be enough for me.
Huh? One of those is mine, Big Daddy.
Where's yours at?
I mean, you know I can't cook it.
No, that's... All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Follow along. I think I'm going to love the griddle. Not only, like I said, is it sentimental because of the U.S. Navy, but just the items and the luxury that we have to go out there and just kind of veer off just a little bit of what we normally do. I can't wait to bring you some of the recipes that we've got laid out for you guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button and pound that notification button. See you guys next time. Peace. Hey, don't film this. This might be messy.